After our conversation with Mike Aresco, is BYU going to the AAC a non-topic now? Because it kind of feels that way.
It might have been from the beginning, but we just wanted to explore the idea. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You should explore ideas even if you're comfortable, just to see if there's not an avenue, right? So Tom Hommel has stated multiple times.
Let's do the math.
The goal of BYU football is to be invited to a Power 5 conference.
Okay.
That doesn't change. In the last media outing with him, he said that. He hasn't said anything, I guess, recently this week about it, but we know kind of what that was. Mike Aresco tells us the AAC isn't calling schools. The schools have to call them. So if BYU wants to be in the AAC, they would call the AAC. Now, let's discuss this. If the Pac-12 or Big 12 had a team that left like UConn, we would be freaking out right now with excitement.
And BYU would be the first to call.
Swirling. Yes. Your brother's cousin's buddy that works in the athletic department or whatever, rumors, Cougar Board would actually have content that might matter. Like, it would be incredible, right? But what is it right now? Listen, you can hear it. It's nothing. There's nothing. Nothing's coming out of BYU. There are no rumors of BYU to the AAC.
The American is not calling BYU.
Correct. Nothing.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. Now, for now. If BYU does not get invited to a Power 5 conference, perhaps this is a move that would make sense. If the AAC becomes a Power conference, which I don't know how they would. I don't think the Power 5 will yield and let them in. History lesson real quick. Big East is a Power 6 conference. They have an automatic bid to the Fiesta Bowl, one of the BCS games.
Yeah.
Once the Big East reforms into a basketball-only area in the AAC conference, and the AAC kind of rebrands with a lot of those teams and adds some and gets picked to other conferences, Pitt, Louisville, and so on, then all of a sudden, West Virginia,
Syracuse,
then all of a sudden, it's not a power conference. If they became a power conference and they were right now, BYU's knocking on that door immediately to get in.
Sure.
Because the point is the access to money and the access to a meaningful bowl game. Right now, BYU has access to a bowl game ESPN sets up for them, so they have one. Right?
Yes.
It's a whatever. Hawaii Bowl's going to be great. We're going to enjoy it if BYU's in that, and we go to that, and we're going to have a great time, and we appreciate all that. But BYU's looking to get into a big-time bowl game at some point. BYU's been to one big-time bowl game, the Cotton Bowl.
The only way this whole dialogue continues and that this ever became a reality is if Mike Aresco and Tom Holmoe, in collaboration with ESPN, can get on the same page that this would better position BYU to hit the ultimate goal of joining a Power 5. That's the only way.
I wonder how much ESPN cares about that for BYU. Because I know ESPN cares about helping BYU as much as possible, but that's because ESPN's getting games on its network. All 6 games.
ESPN cares about eyeballs and potential earnings.
Yes. Everyone's first interest is themselves. And we have a fly. You got a mosquito?
That's a mosquito.
How
Don't
did
worry
a
about
mosquito get in here?
Focus.
Wow.
Go towards the light, mosquito.
Hold on. I can get it. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh, no, it moved. Get it with the blue goggles. It's right there. Oh, dang, it moved.
Focus.
Why? I'm no Jeff Grimes.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Do you disagree?
I think that ESPN doesn't necessarily care about helping BYU get in the AAC. Otherwise, they do it. I don't think they care.
The only reason I bring ESPN into the conversation is because BYU is in active conversations with them right now, negotiating a contract.
I think if I'm ESPN, I go, we don't like the idea. We're hearing the AAC thing. Like, no, you're with us. We're good. Don't worry about it.
And Mike Aresco said, we're going to have this thing essentially shored up by the time we get to media days in like 3 weeks.
Wasn't today media day? We had Aresco on.
You think this is happening that fast? If BYU's not calling the AAC and the AAC's not calling BYU.
There's no smoke here. There's no smoke here. So you might be asking yourself, well, why did you guys talk about it all week? 1, it's June. 2, let's just explore the ideas. There's nothing wrong with thinking around this. We're not saying BYU's going. I'm not saying BYU should go. I've said if Power 5's the goal, maybe that's a better option.
Well, we didn't know until today the mindset of the American Athletic Conference.
Right.
And so, of course, our minds are going to wander and explore things. Now we can bring it back because we have some information.
And yes, and Aresco said we're not reaching out, but what has Mike Aresco done today? He's gone on one local radio station in Salt Lake. He's come on the nationally televised and radio BYU Sports Nation. So he's talking to the Salt Lake market because the interests of the AAC are still out there. You don't want to burn any bridges or not cultivate relationships that you may take advantage of later. You're really good at that with people, right? You get a free round of golf later for the one chat you had 2 years ago or whatever. That's all really good, right? I think it's good. I think it's good we're chatting about this because guess what? If BYU doesn't get into a Power 5 conference, we're having the same conversation,
yes,
but with more urgency. Way more urgency.
Let's not be naive. BYU would be a perfect football-only fit in the interest of the American Athletic Conference. You listen to what he said. We want somebody that can bring value and add national brand and has eyeballs on TV. BYU clearly fits all of those. But the AAC is not going to make the first direct move, and BYU, we don't think, is going to make a direct move.
It's been a full week of this, and we've heard nothing.
This is
officially, unofficially, nothing.
Very passive-aggressive way of Mike Aresco coming on with us and other members in the local media saying,
I think it's smart.
Hey, we're here, but we're not directly contacting
We're
you.
Indirectly.
Yes,
here.
It is indirect contact.
Yeah, I think it's smart. You got to show what, hey, we're good. We don't need you. Right.
But we wouldn't mind having
you. If you called us, we'd chat, right? Like, no, I think it's smart.
Yeah, it's just right now it's not happening. It's not happening.
It's not happening.